All right, what's going on, everyone? It's the Oaken. It's the Oaken. Got Eyes and Summer here, and I'm gonna allow everyone to have a moment to come in. Uh, but as you can tell, the title of today's content, title of today's stream is, of course, called the mustard seed. Well, it's about the mustard seed parable, but mustard seed results is the title of it. I just want to welcome everyone. And hold on, let me get set up here. Finish getting set up, rather. Almost there. All right. But yeah, that's basically what we're going into. And people that have read before or understand the text, shalom. How we doing, Brother Lawrence? People that understand the text and have read know the mustard seed parable. I've heard of it before. It's a widely used one. But okay, let's get into. Well, no. First, let me break down what what I wanted to get into about. Anyways, mustard seed results. Basically results that I wanted to get into were results based in your life, whether it be spiritual, practical. As we know, the mustard seed is a very small seed, so you end up having small results based on your actions. So, but next, what we're going to do is, before I get further into it, we're going to actually go into the scripture here, and it starts on the book of Matthew, chapter 13, with verses 31 through 32. Two verses here, and read as such. I'll be reading from the Amplified version of the Bible. He gave them another parable to consider, saying, "The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field. And of all the seeds planted in a region, it is the smallest. But when it has grown, it is the largest of the garden herbs and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air find shelter in its branches." All right. So as it said, of all of all the seeds, it is the smallest. Some of you may have seen a mustard seed before, some of you may have not, but it is a very small seed. And a lot of people, like to allude to this particular, this particular scripture meaning to be only based on the simple aspect of your faith in God, your faith in what He can do. But it's not only actually about your faith in God. It's also actually about your overall growth, period. A lot of people. All right, Brother Lawrence, good. Very small. You got a bag. I don't have a bag of them. I do have some ground mustard seed that you use for seasoning. But a lot of people, when you look at it as far as overall in life, period, whether they're believers, their practices of the word or not, they have a mustard seed lifestyle in the simple fact that they want their results in their life to be different, but they don't want to change themselves. They still want to be a mustard seed and not grow themselves. And that's why they get those mustard seed results. Want to welcome our specialists coming in here. Welcome. But that's why they have those mustard seed results, because they simply have chosen not to grow themselves. I speak of it many times in other panels on other content that other YouTube content creators have allowed me to be on their panels, that people, or just in the chat, that people, they say they want to change, but they don't want a change. They want their circumstances to change, which is why you end up with these mustard seed results. What's going on, Evan Duncan? Good. Hey, good to have you in here. Good to have you in here too. But they want their circumstances to change instead of actually changing their mindset. They don't want to change themselves, so their actual results themselves will change. To be able to have your results change, you have to change yourself. And there's something that they haven't wanted to actually do. They just want the circumstances to change, which is why that regardless of their spirituality, they are the mustard seed, but they don't grow out. They don't grow out to change their aspect on life and in their minds. That way they can become become a tree to give shelter for the birds in air, and basically, to give shelter to other people, to impart knowledge, to impart information, to impart wisdom to others. That's the whole point of the mustard seed, sprouting and growing out to be a tree, to be able to influence others in a positive way, to influence the environment around it in a good way. And we, as people here, we got some that may not be in America. We have some that are. We have some that have immigrated here, but we as that have grown up as Black Americans know that in Black America, we have so many mustard seeds that do not take on the nutrients. They do not take on things that will help them grow to become that tree, to find shelter. So birds in the air can find shelter, to be able to help out the overall environment that they are in. And that's what the goal should be. But it ends up being that that's not what happens. But to be able to do so, you have to be more than that mustard seed. You have to grow yourself. And people are not usually willing to do that. They do not want to actually change themselves to be better. They only want the circumstances to change. I wanted to keep this short, but I'm going to open up the panel here. Invite others up who may want to come, and we can have a short discussion over this, and move on. But I want to thank everyone for coming out. It's great to have people in here. Great to get viewers. Thank everyone. Want to say a shout out to everyone, all my new subscribers. Thank y'all for subscribing, and thank everyone for who's giving me prayers and wishes, whether you believe or not. The thoughts during my surgery and after. Thank everyone. Fasting, welcome, brother. Welcome. Good to have you in here. But yeah, come on up. Open the link. I didn't want this to be too long, because I learning about how I want to do this, how I want to present everything. Okay, I got it there now. Thought I dropped it. Now I dropped it. Okay, learning how I want to present everything, and keep it short, not too long. I don't want to overload it. Trying to keep it with one smaller subject, to where it's not too much information that somebody has to process and hold on to, the way they can actually hold on to something instead of trying to hold on to too much. Yeah, let everyone put that in the chat. Hopefully get somebody up here. Your way we can talk about it. Oh, here we go. How you doing, Brother Lawrence?
Live from New York. It's Saturday night. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
What's up, everybody? Good to see everybody again.
Yeah, good. Hey, it's good to be here. Good to be here to have a good conversation and discussion about this, to try, to bring this type of knowledge that way everybody can, choose whether they want to feed that seed that gets watered to grow, to grow into that tree.
Yeah, absolutely. The mustard thing, parable is a powerful parable, to be quite honest with you. Um, Especially like you were saying earlier, you look at something that's such a tiny seed, in comparison to most seeds, and it'll just blow up into like one of the strongest, biggest trees you can, you can imagine.
Right.
That's why I said in the chat, I know exactly. I got a bag of them that I've been using to plant. So yeah, they're tiny. They're very tiny.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
in comparison to the spiritual aspect, you know, I get the parable of the mustard seed, but the seed to me is only the first part of it. Your spirit has to be the kind of spirit that is capable of nurturing that seed. You know what I mean. I mean,
Right.
I can go outside right now with a mustard seed, and I can put it in the ground. But if it's not fertile ground and it's not the proper type of ground, it won't grow. It won't root. It won't grow.
Exactly.
So to me, the soil and the spirit is the analogy here. The seed will
Right.
do what the seed does, but the spirit has to be like the soil. It has to be the right type of soil. It has to be nurtured. It has to be fed for that seed to grow. You can't just plant it and then walk away and expect, after a couple of weeks, you're just gonna get, a mustard plant. That's not how it works.
Right.
So
Right. Those were all. That was a great addition to what I try to bring, what I wanted to bring as well, because it is very important. The soil, which is the environment,
mhm.
essentially. The soil that you were talking about represents the environment in which the seed is in. Some, as we speak, as we talk, some individuals, they have the ability to grow and mature it, into a good fruit bearing plant, even in some of the worst conditions. But most, don't. Most do not. And then those that do have the ability to do that, usually, they seek to go to another environment. That way, they can be better nurtured and grow there further and bear better fruit. So, it's essentially like taking a plant. You may be started out in that whatever soil environment is, then you move it to a pot with different type of soil, then you therefore transfer it to another place with better soil and nutrition for it to grow along with different that also explain not explains, but that also goes into when looking at the type of water and what's in the water as well, type of water, minerals in the water as well, that may help it or kill it.
Oh yeah. I think I'm not sure. It might have been fasting, one of fasting streams. I can't remember. I had made an analogy to when I'm out in the garden, and you use water from the hose. You know what I'm saying, to
Right.
to water your garden and plants and stuff, and it'll take the water. Don't get me wrong, but
Hmm.
yet when it rains, you can actually see the plants. I mean, you can literally watch the plants, the bulbs open up to receive that water from above.
Right.
In
Right.
a way you'll never see it when you're watering it from the hose.
Right. Right.
It's a fascinating thing. That's why I think everybody should garden, even if you don't do food. Just do plants and just sit there and watch them. I mean, it's some of the most amazing stuff you'll see just watching how it works.
Right. Right.
I tell you, man, the Most High built some. Woo, he's the man, best designer I've ever known. You just sit there and you watch and you be amazed at not just what he built, but how he built it and why it works. And why it works the way it does. It's amazing. It's amazing. And the mustard seed is one of those seeds that you can practically grow it in any kind of environment. I mean,
Right. Right.
and I think that was another overarching aspect to the parable, because if a mustard seed can grow in practically in any environment, I think what the Most High was trying to say was, you know, whether whether you follow my path, you can increase your knowledge and your betterment at it. If you're not following my path, here's a way for you to get there. He's trying to say, look, good, middle, indifferent, or bad, everybody has a chance to get there. This seed that I'm giving you of knowledge will grow in everything if you simply nurture it. in
Right,
every
right,
spirit. Just like every soil with the mustard seed, that mustard seed of knowledge and faith will grow in every environment, meaning all different kinds of spirits, regardless of Gentile, Jew, good person, bad person, yada yada. All you have to do is take the seed and nurture it. That's all you got to do. I mean, it's a
right,
beautiful parable. It's a beautiful parable. It works on so many levels.
right. Exactly. That's the other thing to take away from here is that this parable, it's a lot more complex, um, and it's layered like an onion. It's got so many different levels to it, to more than what you just look at simplistically on the surface level. Like I said, everybody explaining it to basically mean only your faith growing, but it also alludes to the fact of simply you growing yourself, period,
Mm-hmm.
throughout every aspect of your life. And if you're not open to wanting to receive anything from that soil, from that water to help you grow, you're not going to. It's not going to happen. Um,
Exactly.
so so you essentially can't be the best of yourself that you can be.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and based on what you said, based on what you said a moment ago, and adding it to what I was saying about how the garden reacts to water from a hose and water that falls naturally from the sky, that comes back that the two of them come together for you as an overarch for what you were saying about um, the type of water you give it.
right,
You can go get water anywhere. You want to sit in a bar and hang out with your friends who do nothing but smoke and drink and yada yada. Whether you believe it or not, you're taking in water. It might be dirty water, but it's water nonetheless. And then
right,
we'll have like your channel, a fastings channel, and we're around brothers who are always trying to uplift, show the truth, learn the truth, etc., and so on. That's a different kind of water. I don't know if I'm putting it in the proper perspective. But but the fact is it goes back to what we were saying. You got to feed it properly. You got to give it the right type of sunshine. You got to give it the right
right,
type of water. You got to give it the right kind of nutrients. You got to feed it.
right,
You got to feed it so it can feed you.
and then the other thing and the aspect of it to most importantly take out is the simple fact that you are the mustard seed, and if you are not open to receive this knowledge, which is the nutrients, you're not going to grow. You're staying the same and just wanting your circumstances to change, and you not actually change and grow, not actually change yourself. You're not going to grow.
Mm-hmm.
But like I
Yep.
said, I wanted to keep this short. We can talk about it for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're gonna end it. I'm trying to keep them shorter now. I think that may help out, as far as maybe with the algorithm, people looking and want to look over them, and we'll see how
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
goes.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say that I'm going to jump off and let somebody else
Oh,
have a
okay.
chance to come
You good? Hey,
on. All right.
anybody wants to come back up? The link is in the chat.
All
Come
right.
on up. I thank you, Brother Lawrence, for coming up and adding to it.
Yep. Yep. No problem. No problem.
But yeah, I'll wait. Give about another 2 minutes here, and if not, hey, fellas, we'll end it. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Like I said, thank you for all your thoughts. All the wishes during my surgery and after. Just keep. Just want to say thank you for all of that. It means a lot that we can have men here, brothers here of like minds that want to see us do better, want to see us be better. It's a wonderful thing to see these brothers here to be able to do that and to want us to be better. I think that's something that we all want, and it's something that's needed. And I'm really looking forward to it. To be able to bring more content for you that can help you if you wanted to. But guess nobody's coming, so we'll leave this at about 20 minutes. Just want to thank y'all for coming out. Don't forget to hit that like button, share it, subscribe. You can donate. You see it there at the bottom, $ tip eyes and summer. I want to appreciate y'all. I want to thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming out. And hey, y'all have a good one. Later, fellas.